Hi again, everybody, and welcome back here to Garber as we move into the championship brackets. First, the girls' championship game. The 2A number 9 ranked Lady Wildcats from Cashion, who are 4-1, and 2A's 12th ranked Lady Bulldogs from Hooker, who are off to a 4-0 start. Here's a look at the starters. First of all, for Cashion, they are coached by Andrea Taylor. They'll start Lauren Lamb, a junior, Lauren Jenkins, a freshman, Neely Tilly Beddick, a senior, also Izzy Reeves, a junior, and Brooke Shelley, a junior. The starters for Hooker tonight will be Morgan Maloney, a junior, Holly Stalder, a junior, Maddie Swayze, a sophomore, Janet Cervantes, a junior, and Alonda Ortiz, a junior, is their starting five. They are coached by Brian Stalder.
So what we see here again, Todd, is another girls matchup with what, one senior? Is that what we count between the two starting lineups? I've been really excited to watch this game. I think Hooker has performed really well in this tournament. To me, they've been the most talented team so far. Obviously, Cashion is going to be a tough matchup. Cashion actually has a lot of experience, even though they're quite a bit younger, too, as well. But it's going to be an interesting matchup between these two teams.
I'll tell you what else is interesting. Look at the crowd from Hooker. I mean, They were wanting to get out of the panhandle today, weren't they? Because they have a very, very good contingent. They have a great athletic program. Cashion and Hooker, all joking aside, have really become quite familiar with each other. They played in the football playoffs this past season. They played in the boys' semifinals here yesterday, won by Hooker. And now they meet in what will be the rubber match, the girls' championship game of the Next Era Energy Resources Tournament.
Well, they were supposed to play in the state tournament basketball, too, last March, but obviously that game did not happen. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how this game goes. Obviously a talented matchup between these two teams, and should be a fun one.
Cashion already out on the floor first. Cashion has defeated Cashion has defeated Tonkawa 44-35, and yesterday Okarche to get here to the championship game. Meanwhile, Hooker knocked off Ripley 52-29 in the quarterfinals and then took out the homestanding Garber Lady Wolverines yesterday evening. Here we go. Hooker has controlled the opening tip. Girls championship game underway from Garber. Out high with it is Cervantes. She'll leave it on a bounce pass, top of the circle to Maloney. Right wing for Stalder. Her three, no good. The rebound off of the Lady Bulldogs, out of bounds.
You're going to see early on Cashion and a man-to-man, and Cashion is defending Stalder with their best defender in Lamb. Should be a good matchup.
7:45 to play. Wherever you're accessing our broadcast, we're certainly glad to have you along on this Saturday evening for championship action here in Garber. Wing right with the basketball is Lauren Jenkins. She'll take a dribble, fires a jump shot, missed it. Rebound tipped out. Jenkins has it. She leaves it now for Tilly Beddick. Another three put up. That one is short. Ball hard off the floor, picked up by Morgan Maloney. Maloney to Stalder into the front court. The daughter of the head coach, Brian Stalder. She's a player. Leaves it left circle. Three is wide right from Alonda Ortiz. Cashion with a rebound, 45 seconds deep into the girls' championship game. Jenkins down the paint, flips it out left wing side for Tilly Beddick. They work down low and reset between the circles for Lauren Jenkins. Jenkins, a freshman, starting for the 9th-ranked team in Class 2A girls basketball. 6:52 to play here with the opening period of the girls' title game from Garber. Out front, Izzy Reeves had the ball poked out of her hands, retrieves it into the backcourt. Cashion being very, very patient, trying to get the right shot.
Yeah, both of these teams can guard. That was the one thing I noticed about Hooker in the two games I've watched them. They will guard you and get all over you, and Cashion the same way on the other end.
Reeves tried to force one down low. It's broken up and stowed away by Morgan Malone. Malone up the right sideline, bounces into the low post for Swayze, who turns and shoots. Couldn't get it to drop, but Swayze will have two free throws upcoming at the foul line.
Swayze's another player that's been impressive early on. And wild thing about her is she's just 15 years old.
Brooke Shelley. Correction, that's Izzy Reeves that gets the foul. It was 24, not 41. First foul shot by Morgan Maloney. Rattles off, no good. No score, and we've played over a minute and a half of this first quarter. Maloney's second foul shot is up, and that one is good. So she gets one of two, and finally we have a point on the board.
That was Swayze.
Excuse me, it was Swayze, wasn't it? Yeah. So 1-0 on Swayze's free throw. At the other end, Jenkins will put up a long jump shot, misses that one. Rebound to Maloney, and it is lost out of bounds, so it'll stay with Cashion.
Be interesting to see on inbound plays. If Hooker stays in a man, a lot of times you can get good looks out of that.
Tilly Beddick's entry pass knocked out of bounds. So again, the Lady Cats will inbound. Down 1-0, almost 2 minutes in. Tilly Beddick. Better hurry. Good defense by Hooker, as you mentioned. Lobs it right front court for Lauren Jenkins. She gets into the paint, throws up a runner. It won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Cervantes. 1-0 in favor of Hooker. Right side Maloney puts up a three and got it. And Jenkins closed a little too late.
And that's one thing you're going to see, Todd. A lot of good shooters on Hooker's side. They hit a bunch of threes so far in this tournament.
4-0 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. Out front, Lauren Lamb with a basketball. Now they go with a three-guard look out front. Tilly Beddick with a basketball. Drives and a blocking foul. Stalder has picked up her first, and that's the first against Hooker with 5:37 to play here in the first period.
Stalder's got to make sure she stays out of foul trouble. Yesterday, she got in some early foul trouble and found herself on the bench.
Izzy Reeves will throw in. Kicks it off on the baseline. Lauren Jenkins with it, down low for Reeves. Reeves takes a dribble, muscles up, missed it. Off the back rim, the rebound fought forward and controlled by Swayze.
Nice little inbounds play by Cashion.
4-0 in favor of Hooker. Hooker through the top of the circle. Stalder bounces it left side for Cervantes. She'll drive. Muscles her way up and had it literally taken out of her hands by Brooke Shelley. Great defensive play.
Yeah, fantastic job. Cervantes literally just shot the ball right into her hands.
Lamb, a half-court pass, takes a dribble and knocks down a 16-footer right baseline. Lauren Lamb gets Cashion to the board almost 3 minutes deep in the championship game. It's 4-2 Lady Bulldogs.
You're going to like watching her, Todd. Lamb she's a hustler and she's an athlete. She's all over the place.
Between the circle, Stalder with the basketball, trying to get free. Can't. That goes right side for Maloney. Maloney with trip fours to go here with the first period. Leaves it top of the circle. Now Morgan sets a screen. To the right of that screen is Ortiz. Bounces it down low. Jump shot by Swayze wouldn't go. It was in the cylinders and rattled out. Cashion with the board. Can Tyre take the lead of this possession?
Cashion just needs to be patient, just like they were the last possession. Running man set here or two. They're trying to get the ball inside to Reeves.
Tilly Beddick with it left side. Drives into a double team. Lobs it left of the paint for Reeves, who fires and misses short, but she's fouled. And Tilly Reeves is going to go to the free throw line after the foul against Cervantes. Janet Cervantes picks up her first and the second against Hooker. So to the line, Reeves with a pair. She would draw Cashion even with 4:22 to go here in the first period. First foul shot is up, and that one is no good. Cashion is 4-1, and they defeated Takawa in the first round here. 44-35, and then got past Okarchi yesterday. Second foul shot good. So Reeves splits the difference, gets 1 of 2, and it's 3 straight for the Lady Wildcats, who have reduced the advantage of Hookers down to 1. 4-3. Wing left, Maloney with the basketball. Almost halfway through this first period, they force it down low to Swayze. He pulled it away. Now goes left to right. Misses the turnaround jump shot. Bodies on the deck. Ball rolls right to Lauren Jenkins. Jenkins up ahead to Tilly Beddick. Runs it down, fires it cross court. Open jump shot by Shelley, too strong. Hooker corrals the miss as they had 3 white jerseys around the basketball.
Yeah, just kind of a little bit of a rush shot there for Cashion. They just need to be a little more patient, and they'll get a look.
Stalder steps into a 3 out front, back rims that one. Down for the miss, Izzy Reeves. Still a 1-point Lady Bulldog lead as we approach 3.5 to go here in the first period. Wing left, Tilly Beddick with the basketball. Top of the circle for Shelley. Brooke with it right side. One dribble, leaves it between the circles for Jenkins. It went through her hands, but she recovers. And resets left front court for Tilly Beddick. Neely Tilly Beddick.
It's a great name, isn't it?
It is a great name. Lamb right side to Jenkins, pulls it away, takes a dribble, fires an 18-footer, no good. Underneath, a foul, the rebound. Lauren Lamb went over the back and commits her first.
And that's something that Lamb does a lot. She gets hustle fouls, and she finds herself sitting on the bench a lot too. She's got to make sure she stays away from foul trouble.
Tied at 2, almost 5 minutes into the championship game here from Garber. Between the circles is Savannah Fisher, the sophomore, just checked in. Now they'll leave it for Ortiz out front. She comes up short on a 3-point attempt. Brooke Shelley off the floor with a miss. Outlets to Tilly Beddick. Pulls over the foul line. Back rims the jump shot. And over the back is Reeves on the rebound. So 2 straight missed shots and fouls on the back trying to get a rebound against Cashion. That's their third now here in the first period. Ella Suntkin will check in. Much better ball player than her brother. She's a sophomore.
What might be the best analysis of the day so far.
Ugardi with the basketball right side, skips it left circle for Savannah Fisher. Fisher to Ugardi, head of the circle, right side again to Maloney. She bounces it down low with the ball off of Swayze out of bounds.
Cashion's pressure, and they're doing a good job of getting their hands in the passing lane, and it's making it tough to get Swayze the ball inside.
2:34 to play in the first period. 4-3 our score, along with Adam Diesel, Horse Time, Todd Miller at the Next Era Energy Resources Garber Invitational Tournament. Lauren Jenkins sets the table out front, now veers left of the screen from Shelley and then throws it away. She thought that Lauren Lamb was going to be there. There was nobody there, and it bounced out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, they had the play. It was just Lamb was a little bit late getting through the screens, and that was a good job by Hooker. I mean, they're in their face playing physical defense, and that's why that happened that way.
Girls bracket today. Newkirk claimed 7th, Ripley 5th. The third-place game by 2 went to Garber at a top 10 showdown of Class A schools with Okarche. Here it's still 4-3, been stuck on this score for some time. Allison Ugarde with the basketball, right side. Out high, it's Savannah Fisher. They continue to work the perimeter. Stalder drives, backs out, fires a contested mid-range jump shot, missed it. Ugarde's follow shot was short, but hit the side of the backboard and Cashion controls. Lady Wildcats' defense has been good. Down the paint, to the basket, and layup is good by Tilly Bennick, but they wave it off. Travel, they say, and a missed opportunity there for the Lady Wildcats.
It's not travel in the NBA, Todd.
No. I just laugh every time, once every 10 games, they call a travel in the NBA.
I know.
Allison Ugarte, right side, spins on the baseline. Approaching a minute and a half to go here with the first period. Savannah Fisher kicks it left side for Stalder. To Maloney. She drives, spins on the block, throws it up and in, and draws the foul on Bella Woody. She just imposed her will on the freshman Bella Woody that time, and she'll get it and one. So Maloney will go to the line for the first time.
How long has it been since Hooker scored a basket? Seems like it's been a while.
It's been over 3 minutes, the drought. They raced out to a 4-0 lead, had been outscored to that point. 3-0, that ends a drought and a scoring run by Cashion as Maloney misses the free throw. The stick back would not go, and then finally controlling the window, Brooke Shelley. Shelley to Tilly Bennick into the front court. Right side to Sunken. Out of the circle it goes for Shelley. They leave it left side. Cashion doing a good job running their offense. They get Tilly Bennick open for three, and she finally knocks one down from long distance. First three of the afternoon for Cashion, and we're tied at 6.
That's what she does. Bennick is a great set shooter, and they got her one there, and she came in a couple steps and knocked it down.
Maloney to Ugarde, top of the circle. Wing left, Cervantes with a basketball. We're under a minute to play here with the first period. Ugarte is pinched off, foul line right by Lauren Lamb. Head of the circle it goes for Alonda Ortiz. Now the paint goes Maloney, bounces to Ugarde. Her 15-footer runnels off, no good. Fighting for the rebound, and the putback is good by Janet Cervantes.
Cervantes is one of those kids that works really hard under the basket. She cleans up a lot of trash for Hooker.
8-6 in favor of Hooker. Half a minute to go here with the first period. Out high is Shelley. Bangs her way into the paint and throws it in. Brooke Shelley with her first basket. She was not going to be denied.
No, that was a kind of interesting take, to be honest with you. I kind of thought she just knew she had to just let go of it, and it actually worked out for her.
Time out on the floor with 17 seconds to play here with the first period of the girls' championship game from Garber. We're back in a moment. The game of the week sponsored by High Plains Insurance on Squirtle.
The Crescent Co-op is getting you ready for the holidays. They have it all, from hardware to plumbing supplies, to farm supplies including fencing, custom fertilizer application, tire sales and repair, pet food and animal health supplies. They even have bag concrete. Like them on Facebook and look for their deal of the day throughout the month of December. They've been serving the community since 1949 at Crescent Co-op, 215 East Madison in Crescent.
17.2 seconds to go. First period. We're tied at 8. In case people didn't understand the joke, Ella's brother Ethan is our producer here on the broadcast. He's a pretty good player for the Wildcats, I understand, and so that was a little joke. I was poking fun at Ethan about Ella, but
yeah, Ethan wasn't a bad player. He could shoot it for sure.
Tied at 8. He's a pretty darn good producer, too.
He's a good producer, yeah. He might be a better producer.
Ortiz to Stalder on the inbounds pass. 10 seconds to go here with the first period. Out high with it is Stalder. Gets a screen, fires a three. That rattles off, no good. Rebound tip, and it was picked up off the floor by Ella Sunken. She'll leave it for Tilly Beddick. Almost got by, or did get by with a carry. She'll throw up a runner left angle, no good. And we'll play to an 8-8 draw after 8 minutes. Back for quarter number 2 of the championship game of the Next Era Energy Resources Garber Tournament. Brought to you by High Plains Insurance on Squirtle.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279. Or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Tied at 8 through 8 minutes. Cashion basketball as we start the second period from Garber. Girls title game 2020 here at the Next Era Energy Resources Invitational. Tilly Beddick to Shelley out front as we start the second. They cut Sutkin backdoor. She underhands a pass right baseline. The jump shot from Tilly Beddick is short. Rebound to Hooker. Stalder has it. Holly slows into the front court right side. Leaves it for Ortiz, who misses hot on a three-point jump shot. Follow shot by Maloney won't go. In fact, it may have been partially blocked as Cashion comes out of there with a rebound. Through the paint goes Tilly Beddick. She throws it up and draws the foul. And she'll get an and one. She literally just threw it up there and had a chance and will have a chance at a three-point play as Ortiz commits her first.
And one thing that doesn't look good early on here for Hooker is yesterday their role players were drilling shots from outside, and they really haven't hit as many threes as they did yesterday.
Beddick misses the free throw. Cashion off to a 1-for-3 start at the line today. Likewise, Hooker 1 for 3. It's a 2-point Cashion lead, their first lead of the afternoon. Maloney drives baseline in 3 seconds, call to the paint against Hooker.
Sometimes I wonder about 3 seconds in the lane when the official calls it and the player is actually moving out of the lane. I don't always like that call if that's what the player's doing. Now, if they're just camped out there, I'm fine with it.
Lauren Lamb comes back into the ball game for Cashion, and the Lady Wildcats threw it away. Tilly Beddick just fired it towards the baseline, and there was nobody there.
I think she saw Coach Jones open under the basket. He was open down there.
Coach Will Jones getting ready for the boys' championship game. That should be a good one.
Yes, it should.
Top 3 team in Class A take it on Hooker. Left circle with the basketball is Morgan Maloney. Out high it goes for Ortiz. To Cervantes, left side to Stalder, and a hand check foul called. They're looking at Lamb, and that's going to be her second. Team foul number 5 against the Lady Wildcats with 6:48 to play here in the first half.
And they need to keep her out of foul trouble because Lamb has done a fantastic job on Stalder early.
Ortiz inbounds to Stalder, is cut off, foul line right. Bounces for Maloney, holds it above her head, wing right. Back to Stalder. They've done a good job holding her in check. She'll put up a 3. That one is short right wing. Stalder, they've done a good job, but she's also missed some shots.
She has. She definitely has.
Jenkins all the way to the goal. Layup good. They're going to say no. They wave it off. A foul on the, they're calling a travel. Looked like he was going to call a foul.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a travel. I thought it was a great move.
I didn't either. 10-8 our score. Open for three. Stalder, and she swishes that one through. On cue, there's Holly's first bucket.
Yeah, you could just tell her flow and her motion was better on that one. She didn't look rushed. She's got a beautiful shot.
Yes, she does. Holly puts Hooker back in the lead, 11-10. Left side, Ella Sunken with the basketball to Brooke Shelley, right circle. She probes her way to the top of the key. Now picks a dribble up. Cervantes is all over. Shelley needs some help. Bounces it to Sunken out front. And with that possession in distress, Andrea Taylor wants a timeout. We'll break as well. 5:54 to go. Second period. Girls Championship game from Garber. Hooker 11, Cashion 10. We're back in a moment on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
It's good for you, good for Oklahoma.
Back in Garber, 11-10. Hooker ranked 12th in 2A, leading the 9th-ranked team of the same class, Cashion. You know, we're seeing some matchups in this tournament that perhaps we could see with a lot higher stakes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Towards the spring.
You know, I think that's a lot of the reason why Hooker likes to come over to the Enid area and play, because they know late in the playoffs, whether it be a regional or an area, they're going to be playing in this area of the state. I think it's really smart by their administration and coaches to do that.
Hooker's a new addition to this tournament. They've been to the Pioneer Tournament, which disbanded after last year. Down the paint goes Jenkins, draws a foul. And I think they're calling to the floor, so Cashion will inbound down one with 5:48 to play in the first half.
And they also play late in January, early February, I didn't even say that right, in our Squirtle Festival every year.
Second foul against Cervantes, and they look like they pointed like it was on the floor, but they're calling it on the shot. Jenkins too strong in the first free throw. Tell us a little bit about the Squirtle Festival for maybe some first-time viewers.
Yeah, you bet. This will be our third year that we've done that. I want to thank Coach Hardaway from Cashion and Coach Reinert from Chisholm to help kind of put that together. But the idea is we hold a two-day festival for kind of all the smaller schools that have already had their playoff pairings come out, so we get some really great matchups because those games kind of really don't matter. And we play 2 days down at the Enid Downtown Events Center, and it's a great event.
Lauren Jenkins hits one of two. The game is tied at 11. We were tied at 8 at the end of one. 5.5 to go before intermission. Hooker and Cashion to the girls' final. Down low, Swayze with the basketball. Lost her footing, loses the basketball. Out of the pack, Tilly Bennett gets it up ahead. The travel's going to be called against Cashion. A little too out of control was Lauren Lamb.
Yeah, and Lamb does that sometimes. She's a great effort kid, and she just gets a little bit ahead of herself sometimes.
11 apiece. 5:25 to play here in the first half. Hooker moving from left to right. Stalder steps into a three. Got it, and she's fouled. And then Lauren Lamb compounds the mistake on one end with a really bad mistake. Not only did she foul a really good jump shooter who made the three, but now she's got 3 fouls.
I don't know if I agree with that call, actually. I mean, Lamb was just there closing out on her, and the jump shooter landed on top of her. That's 3 fouls on Lamb, too, unfortunately.
Stalder has 6 points, 2 3-point baskets, and she's made 2 straight from long distance. Hooker can equal their biggest lead of the half with a Stalder free throw right here. They lead 14-11 with 5:19 to play in the first half.
And that's one thing that you got to like about Stalder's games. You know, she struggled early, missed 4 or 5 shots, but she's looked pretty good on her handful of others until, of course, she misses a free throw. That's how it always
that
works.
One out. Cashion with a rebound. Lady Cats into the front court with a basketball. Right side, Lauren Jenkins with a basketball. Kicks it over the right side for Bella Woody. Woody back between the circles. They swing it left side for Tilly Bennett. Good ball movement, but they work it down low to Reeves, who missed the leaner from the block. Rebound tipped, and it's controlled by Savannah Fisher. And then Fisher dragged her pivot foot in the backcourt.
Yeah, Fisher had some troubles yesterday with pressure and traveling, so I think that's a good thing to keep an eye on for Cashion.
Much different game than what we saw in the girls' third-place game. A lot of scoring. Right now, kind of a low-scoring heavyweight bout here.
Yeah.
14-11. Bella Woody, right side to Tilly Bennett. Trying to dump it down low. Ball knocked out of bounds by Swayze.
But what is interesting, Todd, is if you look at the styles of the teams, you know, Garber and Okarche stylistically with how they play offense and defense are similar. Same thing here with Hooker and Cashion.
Tilly Bennett will inbound, baseline right. Lobs it for Reeves. Izzy with it to Tilly Bennett. Drives in, trying to force it down low. Ball tipped, and good hustle that time by Reeves. She ran it down but had her foot, or maybe her toe in this instance, on the baseline.
Yeah, neither one of these teams lack an effort. It's definitely obvious.
No, it's just trying to do a little too much too quickly, and shots just not dropping. Right side, Stalder works left of the screen, picks a dribble up, and gets it to Allison Ugardi on the baseline. Ugardi back out front, and we get 5 seconds called. Somebody's got to let Ugardi know that the count is on for closely guarded.
Well, and they were running a little set for Stalder on the side. I just think it took her too long to get through the screens.
14-11 our score with 4:22 to play here in the first half. Glad to be part of the NextEra Energy Resources Garber Invitational. Our coverage brought to you by High Plains Insurance on Squirtle. Jenkins out front. Penetrates in, throws up a running 13-footer. Back rims, front rims, rattles around and down.
Tough shot for a freshman.
It is. Not a real high percentage, but you know what? She only had to make it that time. 3 points. Game is a 1-point contest. And look at the other end. Stalder piercing her way in. Lays it up and in with contact, and she'll get an and one.
It just kind of goes back to what we talked about early in the game. She's just got a little bit of a quicker step than everybody else, and athletically, when she gets up off the floor, she's getting up off the floor.
Ella Sunken, well, they put 3 up there on the board. She's not out there on the floor.
Yes, she is.
Okay, yeah, she is. She picked up her first foul. Stalder hits the free throw, and all of a sudden she has 9 points. 17-13, the Lady Bulldogs lead or equal their biggest advantage of the night. Right circle, Bella Woody. To Sunken, top of the circle, left side to Jenkins. Back to Woody, swings it right to Ella. Sunken bounces it off of the baseline for Lauren Jenkins. Cashion very, very patient against this 2-3 hooker zone. Now the defender tried to fake a charge that left separation for Jenkins, and she made her pay.
Yeah, if you're Stalder there, you just got to keep playing and don't look for the whistle.
Stalder tries to get it back, misses right circle. However, down for the rebound is Fisher, and a foul called against, no, they're going to say that it was a tie-up, so possession stays with Hooker. Cervantes will check back in. Morgan Maloney has come back in for Hooker. Now keep in mind, Cervantes is out with 2 personal fouls. 2-point game again. Stalder, 1 of the 3, fumbled the inbounds pass left side. Leaves it for Janet Cervantes, who sets a screen. Stalder moves left, back rims a jump shot. Fisher over the back, and that will result in her first personal foul. Cashion has already put Hooker into the 1-and-1. That is team foul number 5 against the Lady Bulldogs with 3:11 to play here in the first half. One more game to go from Championship Saturday here at Garber. That's the boys' title game. Jenkins with it left side, Tilly Bennett. Woody out front, takes 2 dribbles, hands it off to Lauren Jenkins. They run a 3-guard weave. Tilly Bennett down the paint, throws up a floater and drops it in.
It's a good take.
We're tied at 17 with 2:49 to play, and then a turnover as a travel has been called off the inbounds pass against Hooker.
Good defense by Sunken there.
Neely Tilly Beddick will inbound underneath the goal. Cashion, who trailed a moment ago by 4, scored 4 straight, and they have the basketball off the turnover in the front court. Jenkins to Tilly Beddick at the high post, right side to Woody. Approaching 2.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Brooke Shelley swings it to Sunken left side. She'll get it to Tilly Beddick, who puts up a 3. That one is too strong. And Ugardi runs down the rebound. Allison Ugardi is a sophomore. She's played well here off of the bench this afternoon. Left side with it is Morgan Maloney. They reverse right side. Fisher with the basketball. Leaves it for Stalder, who fires a 3 and knocked it down. And she had some pressure in her face with that jumper.
Yeah, she gets up off the, that's a true jump shot. She actually shoots the ball, you know, form-wise, more of like what a boy looks like whenever they're taking a jump shot.
Tilly Bennett called for traveling. That's an unforced mistake out front. 20-17 Hooker. They led 4-0 and 17-13, their 2 biggest leads of the half. It's now 20-17 as Sunken will check out of the lineup. And coming in for Cashion is Reese Williams, a freshman. Stalder pushes into the front court, gets it to Cervantes. The ball thrown into the backcourt, and it's an over and back. .205 to play here in the first half. Maddie Swayze comes in. Cervantes will have a seat over on Brian Stalder's bench. Reese Williams to throw in. Left front court, Lauren Jenkins. This will take us under 2 minutes to go before the break. Bella Woody between the rings. Reese Williams. Left side, Tilly Beddick. Back to Woody. Swings it right. Good ball movement by Cashion against that zone defense being employed by Hooker. Lauren Jenkins skips it left side. Woody. Back to Reese Williams. Right side for three. Jenkins too strong. And Maloney gathers the miss. Morgan up the left sideline. Pushes for Hooker. Maloney through the paint. Leaves it out front. Ugardi had it knocked away briefly. Gets it back. Now they work it to the baseline. Maloney with the ball. 1:17 to play. Savannah Fisher to Ugardi left side. Ugardi with 1:15 to play. Spins left wing. Fisher out front, working into the paint, loses it. Just lost the handle when Bella Woody picks it up.
Talked about some of the unforced errors she had yesterday in their game, and that's kind of coming back to haunt them again.
Jenkins right side for Reese Williams. Out front, open for three is Jenkins. That one's a little too strong. And the miss to Hooker with under a minute to play here with the first half. It's 20-17. Stalder angles right, hands it off of the wing for Maloney. Back to Holly. Stalder works foul line extended on the wing. 45 seconds to play first half. They reverse to Fisher, and she traveled. How many traveling violations have we seen to this first half?
I'm telling you, yesterday Fisher got called for about 4 or 5 of them. So really, I saw it yesterday, so I'm not overly surprised.
Ortiz comes back in for Hooker in the closing 40 seconds of the first half.
Maybe you should add it to your stat sheet.
That'd be out of ink. 20-17. Sunken just checked back in. She handles left wing. Pass out front, broke it up. It caroms to Williams, who drives into the paint. Leaves it right side for Sunken. She'll cross court for Shelley. Baseline jump shot good.
Nice. Shelley can hit those shots like that. I got a mechanical pencil you can use.
Brooke Shelley with 4. I think the lead would probably run out of that too. 20-19.
I'm going to guess a step back 3 right here.
9 seconds, 8 seconds to play here with the first half. Holly Stalder with the basketball. Does just that. Puts up a 3, back rims it. No good. Rebound tipped around. Picked up by Swayze, who's fouled at the buzzer. So Swayze will go to the line for 2 free throws with no time up on the clock. 2 of the officials in the paint are getting together, and I think they're talking probably about 1 or 2 things, whether there's any time left or if the foul occurred after the window lit up.
I think they were wondering whether it was a foul on the shot, too, maybe.
Swayze hits the first free throw. If she can convert both, Hooker would go into the break with a 4-point lead, equaling their biggest. Swayze's second one is up, and that one is good. So Swayze has all 3 for the line, and that's the end of the first half. 22-19 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. We'll be back in just a few minutes to the Next Era Energy Resources Garber Invitational, presented by High Plains Insurance on Squirtle.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
As a local, member-owned electric cooperative, Cimarron Electric is committed to providing the highest quality of service at a reasonable price. We're dedicated to serving our member owners with integrity, accountability, innovation, and a commitment to community. For more information, call or visit our website. Cimarron Electric Cooperative, serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1936 and powering the needs of a new generation.
FloorTech proudly serves schools across the state of Oklahoma
with their gym floor and janitorial supply needs.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's Managed Network Service, you can experience worry-free, managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
CanOkla Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
It's Pioneer Cellular's half-off end-of-the-year sale. Starting November 30th through the end of the year, switch and save up to 50% off any device when you visit our store. For even more savings this holiday, trade in your old phone at one of our local stores. You heard right. Switch to Pioneer Cellular for 50% off during our half-off end-of-the-year sale. For more information, visit us at gopioneer.com.
Big Finish 2020 is on at Johnson's of Kingfisher. Hi, it's Jeff Johnson. Find a deal in December on remaining 2020 Ram 1500s at johnsonsofkingfisher.com. Like our new Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Thinking of a new truck? Then you owe yourself to experience the best and unequaled ride and control that Ram has to offer during the Big Finish event. Deals in December? See them at Johnson's of Kingfisher, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. A dealership you'll find only in a place like Kingfisher. Same name,
same family,
since 1927.
Myers Real Property offers an array of services to our great customers throughout central Oklahoma. Fill up with fuel or diesel, grab a snack, and choose from our wide selection of drinks at our 4 convenience store locations: Jacket Express in Kingfisher, Warrior Express in Okarche, Whippet Express in O'Keene, and Tiger Stop in Tuttle. We also feature Cowboy Express Fuel in Kingfisher and Tuttle, as we provide fuel handling services for farmers, oil field sites, convenience stores, and more. Don't forget about One Day Cleaners in Kingfisher, where we not only offer laundry and dry cleaning for clothing and household items, but we can handle alterations needs as well. That's Myers Real Property, a proud supporter of high school athletics in your hometown.
Banking is as easy as ACB. At ACB Bank, you get a local community bank with all the conveniences of a big bank. With friendly staff and local service, they make your banking experience simple. They offer online bill pay, mobile banking, and now mobile deposit. You can download the ACB Bank app in the App Store or Google Play. Drop by your local branch today in Cherokee, Wacomas, and Garber, or visit them online at acbbank.net. ACB Bank. Modern banking. Traditional values.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
Our middle daughter actually has a heart defect. And we didn't find that out until we found out when she was about 12, she had a genetic disorder. She has 2 right coronary arteries and no left. Luckily to this day, she hasn't had any symptoms, but you know, there's always that chance that something will happen, and it's kind of scary. She has to visit the cardiologist every once in a while, more often than you and I definitely would, just to get CAT scans and MRIs to make sure everything is still going the way it's supposed to go. But every year when that happens, who knows what you're going to find. I'm extremely excited about the All of Us research program. I wanted to participate not only because I wanted more cardiology research for my daughter and for our family, but also it's definitely a huge step in the right direction that we've been waiting for a long
time. Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
Stop by Blazer Bling Boutique for your wardrobe and accessory needs. It's important to look great for the holidays, so stop by and take a look at what's hot this season. Finding someone hard to buy for? A Blazer Bling gift card makes a fantastic gift. If you can't make it in, you'll find great deals online at blazerbling.com. Follow them on Instagram or like Blazer Bling Exclusive on Facebook at Blazer Bling Boutique, 408 Main Street in downtown Garber, where rural and style collide.
Snow Tree Ventures is your local one-stop shop for all your school and business marketing needs. Whether you're looking for branded items or website design, Snow Tree Ventures covers it all. Call today and ask about our new school photography Give Back promotion. We are now booking dates for the 2021-2022 school year. Call us today at 405-204-8478 to learn more, or check us out on Facebook at Snow Tree Ventures.
The Crescent Co-op is getting you ready for the holidays. They have it all, from hardware to plumbing supplies to farm supplies including fencing, custom fertilizer application, tire sales and repair, pet food and animal health supplies. They even have bagged concrete. Like them on Facebook and look for their deal of the day throughout the month of December. They've been serving the community since 1949 at Crescent Co-op, 215 East Madison in Crescent.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
It's good for you, good for Oklahoma.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Right. How about you and him? Good job, John. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Garber. I guess we've been back a while, and we just woke up and realized we were 22-19 as we start the third quarter.
Yeah, sorry about that. Ethan's trying to sabotage us over here.
Yeah, he about did that to me last night, and we had to have a talk towards the end of the evening. Right wing, Laura Jenkins with the basketball as Cashion down by 3, has it to start the second half.
Something to keep an eye on here, Todd. Coming out in the second half, Lamb is in with 3 fouls, so.
Lauren Jenkins will lob it inbounds, baseline right, to a cutter, and she throws it up and in. Brooke Shelley, I'm telling you, if she gets it low, she's trouble, and she has 6.
Yeah, no doubt. Good inbounds play again by Coach Taylor. They're playing man, and you should get a bump.
22-21 in favor of Hooker. Halfway through this girls' title game in Garber. Between the rings is Alondra Ortiz. She'll leave it right circle for Swayze. Swayze reverses to Maloney, left circle. Back out front to Cervantes, who's out there with 2 fouls. Left side to Stalder for 3, rattles off. Cashion the rebound, the Lady Wildcats a chance to grab their first lead early in the second half. 22-21 Hooker. Bounce pass left quarter, Lauren Lamb. Angles to the wing, leaves it out front, Lauren Jenkins. Back to Lamb, attacks, and a blocking foul. It's a good call.
It was.
Stalder was about an eye blink away from taking a charge, but she wasn't quite there.
Yeah, and she had a couple of those calls yesterday where she just really kind of as the term would be used, flopping. She's just not there yet. Can't get to her girl before her girl gets to the spot.
7:04 to play, third period, 22-21. First bucket of the second half belongs to the Lady Wildcats. A cross court of the inbounds pass to Lamb, who drives in, lost the handle, and it is gathered up by Morgan Malone. Malone comes to a jump stop out front, almost struck her pivot foot. Now to Stalder, who has 12 to lead all scorers of the ball game. Back to Malone, top of the circle to Cervantes. She'll bounce it right wing side for Stalder, who dumps it down low. The pass intended for Swayze was knocked out of bounds by Reeves.
And we talked about this. The flow of this game is so much different than the flow of that semifinals game or the third place game, but I think a lot of it has to do with the defense from both these teams.
Yeah. Ortiz lobs it out high to Cervantes, slides left with the left hand, draws contact, almost threw it straight up in the air. Rebound to Swayze, kicks it out, and Stalder rattles home the three.
She got her feet set, knocked it down.
15 points for Holly Stalder. I'll tell you what, she is not afraid to shoot the basketball, but that's what good shooters do. They have to have a short memory. And at the other end, the foul in the low post called against Cashion.
Yeah, that was the right call there. Tilly Beddick swung her arms to get position. It wasn't even necessary. I mean, she just needed to get to her spot. There was no reason for it.
Second straight empty possession for Cashion after they pulled it within a point. It's now 25-21 Hooker. Incidentally, Tilly Beddick with her first foul. That's team foul number 1 against the Lady Wildcats early in the third period. Malone with it.
Nice
bullet
look.
pass down low to Cervantes, who spins and scores. You said it, partner. A great feed.
It was fantastic. She slipped off the screen, and her girl didn't drop, and it was a good look by Maloney.
Hooker +6. It's their biggest advantage of the championship game. Shelley with it out front to Izzy Reeves. Swings it right side, Lauren Jenkins. Jenkins back to the top of the circle. Tilly Beddick. Now to Lamb. To Shelley. She'll back rim that three, and it goes out of bounds. Not a bad shot, but I think Cashion would rather have her down there on the block.
Yeah, no doubt. She is a good shooter from the outside. This year it seems to be that she's taking more threes, but yeah, no doubt. Shelley would be more of a force down low.
This is a big stop right here for the Lady Wildcats, who are trailing 6, their biggest deficit of the evening. Ortiz down low. Swayze in front of the rim, comes up short. Loose ball foul on Swayze. Going for the rebound.
And Swayze, she's looked very confident this whole tournament today. Izzy's doing a good job on her, kind of keeping her physically bumped out from getting easy baskets.
Swayze has her first personal, team foul number 2 against Hooker. Just over 2.5 minutes deep into the third period from Garber. Shelley, top of the circle. Leaves it right side, Izzy Reeves. Reeves, bounce pass knocked away. Bodies on the floor. It's picked up by Cash and ripped away by Tilly Beddick. Good job by Neely. And then we get an offensive foul against Neely. Tilly Beddick, who they say threw an elbow to try and clear out, and that's her second. And a third consecutive empty possession for Cashion. They have really hit the skids after scoring the first bucket of the second half to reduce a 3-point deficit at halftime down to 1. Since then, it's a 5-0 Hooker run.
I kind of agree with Coach Taylor there. I mean, one official was right there where the play occurred. I think that was her argument. Whether it was right or wrong, her argument was it wasn't in his area.
Cervantes with it out high, tried to force feed it down low to Swayze at a foul. And those whistles are now starting to mount here in the third period against Cashion. That's the third against Izzy Reeves.
That's tough for them because she has done a good job on Swayze down low.
Hey, by the way, your job partner in between games is to locate that pizza. It's not down there in the hospitality room.
We might need a runner. I can't wait for the meat lovers.
Cervantes with it right wing. Hands it off to Stalder. Stalder will let fly a three. She comes up short of that one. Ugardi with the rebound. Bounces it out from underneath. Now they reset to Holly Stalder, the coach's daughter, between the circles to Morgan Maloney. Maloney to Ugardi, back door. Goes up and under. Missed the layup. Rebound controlled underneath by Swayze. Her stick back wouldn't go. And on the floor ends up Brooke Shelley. They're calling a jump ball, and that will be Hooker basketball.
That was quite the scrum there. I was trying to get Coach Hardaway to come back and do a little pregame for us before the boys' game, so sorry I missed that.
27-21, 4.5 minutes to play in the third period. Morgan Maloney with the basketball. Gets it down low. Now gets a return pass to Ugardi left corner. Tries to probe her way in against the zone, left paint. Bounces it out for Maloney to Stalder, a behind-the-back dribble. Good defense on Stalder by Lamb, and she forced her into a bad pass. Turnover for the Lady Bulldogs, and Cashion really struggling offensively, keeping themselves in the game of the defensive end.
Yeah, they've guarded well the entire game. Really, both of these teams are defending well. I think that's why the pace is just kind of off.
4:07 to play here in the third quarter of the girls' championship game. Ella Sunken drives baseline. Looked like she lost it off of her leg. She did, but they're going to call a block against Swayze, and that's Maddie's second personal foul. Team fouls now are even up at 3. And first time off the bench here in the second half, Savannah Fisher. She played but did not score. One of 3 Lady Bulldogs to play minutes but not crack the score column in the first half. They lob it left high post to Laura Jenkins. She penetrates in, scoops it up, it rolls across the rim and drops, and 1 for Lauren Jenkins. And just like that, a free throw would cut it down to a 1-possession game after Stalder has picked up her 3rd personal for Hooker. Jenkins' foul shot is on the way, and it's good. Lauren Jenkins now has 8 points. It's her first points since halftime. 27-24 Lady Bulldogs, 3:45 to play in what is a top 12 Class A matchup here from Garber in the girls' final. Ugardi, top of the circle, leaves it for Fisher. Savannah against the man-to-man defense. Fires it to Maloney out front with 3.5 to go in the third. Cervantes back to Stalder. 1 dribble to Maloney. Stalder sets a screen. Morgan fires a 3 and bricked it. Rebound to Shelley, and she dribbled off the baseline.
You know, Jenkins has played a good game for a freshman.
Bella Woods will come back into the lineup for Cashion with 3:22 to play in the third. Allison Ugardi to inbound. Lobs it left side for Stalder. 2 dribbles, backs away to the high post. They try to reverse on the bounce pass down low, and it's thrown away out of bounds off of the leg of Savannah Fisher.
Fisher has struggled when she gets the ball with traveling and just kind of losing it out of bounds. So that's one thing you got to keep an eye on for Hooker.
Fisher, just a sophomore. 27-24 with just over 3 minutes to play in the third. Tilly Beddick. Woody out front. Swings it right side. Jenkins to Sunken. Back to Woody. Good ball movement by Cashion. Drive it in as Jenkins had her pocket pick. Ugardi with a steal. Allison drives back the other way. Sunken picks her up, cuts her off. They get it to Cervantes, who loses the ball off of her leg, trying to dribble through the paint.
Yeah. Everybody trying to make too much happen. I think both these teams need to do a better job of taking care of the ball in the half court.
You mentioned that Fisher has struggled a little bit. She's going to come out of the ball game. Ortiz will check back in for the Lady Bulldogs. With 2:44 to play here in the third. It's 27-24, as you see on your monitor. Squirtle's presentation from Garber, brought to you by High Plains Insurance. Danny Geis and the crew. Ella Sunken, top of the circle to Jenkins. Back left side to Sunken. On the wing with it is Tilly Beddick. She misses strong on that one. Rebound carries out to Jenkins for 3. That one straight on, no good. Cervantes boxes out Shelley and is able to tip the rebound to Ugardi. Ugardi gallops into the front court. The pass tipped and run down by Cervantes' right quarter. And finally, a timeout. Brian Stalder says, I've seen enough. 2:09 to play, third period. Girls championship game from Garber, 27-24 Hooker. We're back in a moment on Squirtle.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
27-24 with 2:09 to go in the third. I'll tell you right now, Adam, my trust with our producer is just about to be broken. And I don't know if it can be repaired. I'm whistling as we come out of a break. Stalder will get the inbounds pass right side. Adam Morgan Maloney. 2:02 to play, third period. Cervantes reverses to Stalder, who puts up a 15-footer right wing, no. Underneath with a stick back Maloney, and she's fouled. So Morgan Maloney is going to go to the free throw line where she's 0 of 1 tonight. Ely Tilly Beddick called for her third, the fourth against Cashion here. They're calling that on the floor, so Hooker will inbound. Ortiz with the basketball, right of a Cervantes screen. Now to Stalder, to Ugardi right side, back to Holly in the corner, gives a pump fake, backs it out, puts up a three. It's an air ball, almost turned into a pass. It went right into the arms of Maloney, who puts it back up and in. Could that be an assist?
Right place at the right time, Todd. That's what
29-24, a minute and a half to go in the third. Hooker out in the lead. Sunken with it left side, bounces a pass to Bella Woody. Woody with it to Jenkins and a travel out front. Hooker and Garber coming up. That's two teams that are ranked in the respective classes. Hooker in 2A. Garber ranked second in Class A. Talked about this earlier. Garber has a trophy that not many people will ever have, and that's a state championship from 2020 in their trophy case.
Yeah, just 4 teams last year in basketball were awarded those.
A and B, the only state tournaments to be completed. Holly Stalder into the front court. Left side, Ugardi works to the foul line. Right side, three on the way, no good as it rolls off from Maloney. Bodies on the floor, the rebound out of bounds, last touched by Izzy Reeves. Kind of tell Cashion's just a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, they are. They are.
29-24 with 1:05 to play here in the third. They cross-court it to Maloney, who takes a dribble and then muscles up and in off the glass. Maloney with the basket. It's a 7-point game, the biggest lead for either side tonight with under a minute to go in the third. Jenkins to Sunken, way out front, right front court. Now Lamb with it to Woody. Bella drives down the paint, throws up a runner. It's in and out and back down.
Good take.
Bella Woody with her first basket in her first championship game appearance as a freshman. Stalder with a jump pass to Maloney, right baseline. Cervantes skips it left side. Ortiz three rolls off. Cervantes with a stick back, missed it left-handed. Underneath with the rebound is Maloney. She goes up, missed it, fights for the rebound, gets it back, and she's fouled.
Man, Hooker is dominating the glass right now. Cashion needs to get the big girls back in. Here comes Brooke Shelley back into the game.
Brooke Shelley does not have a personal foul. Now Reeves has picked up her 4th personal foul with 8 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in this championship game. 31-26 our score. Maloney at the line for just the second time. Earlier we thought it was going to be the second time. She's 0 of 1 from the stripe. Not a lot of free throws shot in this ballgame. That could change in the fourth period, though, because already 9 combined fouls up there with the board. First free throw, no good. Addie Swayze comes in for Hooker. Brooke Shelley will return for Cashion.
It's a good way to close out the quarter for Hooker.
Free throws up, and that one is short. Tipped by Stalder, though, it's good. You get her to miss 2 at the line, and then you don't box out. 33-27, 10 seconds to go here in the third.
That was a really athletic move by Stalder there. You don't see a lot of girls catch a ball in the air and put it back.
Tilly Beddick has the ball slip through her hands. Swayze with it to Stalder, off balance. Right angle, backs it in as time expires on the third period of play. 8 minutes to go and a big hill to climb now for Cashion. 35-26 Hooker. We're back for the fourth in a moment from the Next Era Energy Resources Garber Invitational, presented by High Plains Insurance on Squirtle.
As a local, member-owned electric cooperative, Cimarron Electric is committed to providing the highest quality of service at a reasonable price. We're dedicated to serving our member owners with integrity, accountability, innovation, and a commitment to community. For more information, call or visit our website. Cimarron Electric Cooperative, serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1936 and powering the needs of a new generation.
FloorTech proudly serves schools across the state of Oklahoma with their gym floor and janitorial supply needs.
Todd Miller, Adam Diesel, Horse the Crew back with you in Garber. 2 games in. We're down to the fourth period of our third of four games today here on Squirtle. Well, a good third period for Hooker. They've opened the lead to 9.
Yeah, it was. And obviously those 2 buckets late there by Stalder, it just kind of shows. We talked about her earlier. You know, she's putting up a lot of shots, and she's kind of a high-volume player, but she's also, you look up and has 19 points, so does a lot of things right. And Cashion just has to be smart here. They just have to keep getting them what they got them there with their defense, but, you know, be more patient and don't take 4 shots.
Cashion basketball to start the fourth period. You wonder, I guess they're handing down an MVP. I would think if things don't change, Stalder would be that in the girls' draw. She's been really good, especially here in the second half. Tilly Bedeck, a bounce pass left wing side. 15 seconds into the fourth period. Woody swings it right side for Lamb. Good defense by Hooker. They're playing a zone defense. Woody cross courts it right side for Lamb. Lamb penetrates, bounces it again to Tilly Bedeck. Cashion nowhere near getting a good look here on the first half minute of the fourth period.
Yeah, they're running a motion offense here, and just there's Hooker's doing a great job of staying in front of the ball and in the passing lanes. They need to get the ball inside.
Woody feeds it down low for Shelley, throws it away. Shelley was somewhat pinned and couldn't quite get her right hand on the ball.
Guess what pass you need there, Todd?
Bounce pass.
There you go.
Hey, man, I'm with you. I just like making fun of you because young people listening are going, what's a bounce pass?
I don't know what's wrong with pass faking up top and then dropping it down low.
Sometimes I think kids today, when they bounce pass, they just lose the basketball. 35-26, 7 minutes to play in the championship game. Ortiz with it right side against the Cashion zone. Maloney out front. Lady Wildcats really need to pressure the basketball, try to get something easy the offensive end and get back in this game.
Yeah, and Hooker needs to be patient.
Stalder, follow a jump shot, hits the rim and drops down. Not a great shot. She got a shooter's roll, but that's what happens when you're a good player.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell she's starting to feel it a little bit. She's hit a few shots in a row. I would suspect the next time down the floor they would go to her.
21 points now for Stalder in this one. The lead to double digits, 37-26. Shelley with it, spins into the paint and draws the foul. Whistle against Maddie Swayze. That's her third. Brooke Shelley to the line for the first time tonight. Cashion has only been to the stripe 6 times, and they are 0 of 1 in the second half after going 3 of 5 in the first 2 periods.
Well, that was silly by Swayze because Swayze actually had a good defensive position there and just slapped her arm down on Shelley's shot.
Shelley cleanly hits the first free throw. Cashion can get it to single digits and still a long ways to go in this one with a second free throw, 6:32 remaining. Second one is up, and that one is good.
Shelley's a good free throw shooter.
She is. She's got 8 points, 4 at each half. 37-28. Now you got to get a stop. Ugardi dribbles in, bounces it right, block. Swayze goes up, missed the layup. It was challenged by Shelley, who got down quickly, and Brooke with a rebound. Leaves it for Jenkins, left side. Driving in is Tilly Bedeck. Missed the leaner with the left hand. Rebound poked around a couple of times, and Hooker has it.
Whoa.
37-28. Ugardi saves a bad pass back in bounds. They work it down low to Swayze, who turns and scores. I don't think that's the way Brian Stalder drew it up, but it worked.
No, and that's good confidence for Swayze. I'm telling you, the first game of this tournament, Swayze was very impressive in that game, and she's a kid that can get points quick.
Timeout Cashion, 6:02 to play. 39-28 Hooker in the championship game from Garber, presented by High Plains Insurance on Squirtle.
Protect your network with the most advanced security features available. With CanOkla's managed network service, you can experience worry-free managed Wi-Fi with automatic security updates and protection for all devices on your network. Be the hero by preventing viruses, blocking malicious websites, and receive alerts when suspicious activity occurs. Pair this with CanOkla's high-speed internet for the ultimate internet experience. Call 800-CAN-OKLA today.
CanOkla Networks is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender.
It's Pioneer Cellular's half off end of the year sale. Starting November 30th through the end of the year, switch and save up to 50% off any device when you visit our store. For even more savings this holiday, trade in your old phone at one of our local stores. You heard right. Switch to Pioneer Cellular for 50% off during our half off end of the year sale. For more information, visit us at gopioneer.com.
6:02 remaining to the girls' championship game from Garber. Hooker leading Cashion 39-28. While we have a moment, Adam, it might be a good chance to, or time to remind those that are watching and maybe their schools aren't a part of the Squirtle network. How can they get signed up.
Yeah, you can contact us on social media on either our Squirtle Twitter, or you can reach out to me at adam@squirtle.com. It's pretty simple, but we would love to have any school out there. We have close to 70 schools in our network, and would love to have 71, 72, or 73.
Sounds good. Brooke Shelley, that number has really ballooned this year, too, as well. Down low with the basketball is Jenkins. Kicks it out right wing. Too strong is Lauren Lamb on the 3. Stick back, no good, and Hooker controls the window. Approaching 5.5 minutes to go from Garber. Home of champions, as they say on the outside of the gymnasium, an 11-point lead. And Shelley steals an entry pass down low. Good stop by Cashion. Let's see if they can pay it off. Tilly Beddick bounces it to Sunken. Foul line right to Shelley.
Boom.
Bang! Got it just inside the arc out front. Brooke Shelley now with 6 of her 10. Here for the second half, it's 39-30. Can Hooker answer here? The tempo being turned up just a little bit.
I'm not sure I understand exactly why Hooker's in such a hurry with a double-digit lead, but that's Cashion's. That's their intention.
Maloney bounces at left corner for Swayze. Maddie with the basketball and 5 minutes to play. Goes to Stalder. Thought about
Good
a three.
look.
Instead dumps it down low, and a good spin move by Maloney, who finishes.
Great job.
Morgan Maloney has started to take over during this stretch that's seen Hooker keep Cashion at bay, leading again by 11 of the Lady Bulldogs. 4:45 to play from Garber, 41-30. Left wing, it's Tilly Beddick. In the quarter, Lauren Jenkins. Now to Sunken. She'll put up a 3, misses wide right. Bodies on the floor, the ball poked out, and Ortiz has it for Hooker. Ugardi across midcourt. Hooker can afford to work the clock now, leading by 11. Ortiz, Stalder, quarter 3, no. Battling for the rebound down low with Swayze, but it's taken away by Shelley, who bounces it to Tilly Beddick. 2-on-2. Tilly pushed off, got by with it, and they call a block. The foul is against Holly Stalder, and that's her 4th.
I thought that time maybe Stalder did have her spot there, but you got to call it one way or the other. So
there was a clear push. The contact was instigated by the Cashion player. 41-30 with 4:09 to play. Ella Sunken will inbound to Shelley, who's bumped off the window,
5
spins
fouls.
out, and she'll earn them from the line. But you're right, that is the 5th foul against Stalder. Stalder has fouled out of the ball game with 21 points.
Even if she thought she was straight up, it's just you got to be smarter than that. You can't put yourself into a position when you're the best player on your team and best player on the floor to foul out with 4 minutes to go.
Janet Cervantes, the junior, comes back in for Hooker. They lead by 11. It's going to be interesting now, the Final Four and some change, to see what kind of run Cashion can make. Shelley, good touch on the first free throw, pays it off.
I expect Cashion to pressure up, especially with Stalder on the bench. She's their main ball handler.
21 points out of the Lady Bulldogs lineup for the rest of the evening. Second free throw by Shelley is good. Shelley has 8 of her 12 in the second half. Backing her way into the front court is Ortiz. She's trapped. Her bounce pass stolen away by Lamb. Lamb uncontested for the left-handed layup. Timeout, Hooker. 3:53 to go in the girls' championship game. It's 41-34 Lady Bulldogs. We're back in a moment on Squirtle.
Big Finish 2020 is on at Johnson's of Kingfisher. Hi, it's Jeff Johnson. Find a deal in December on remaining 2020 Ram 1500s at johnsonsofkingfisher.com. Like our new Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Thinking of a new truck? Then you owe yourself to experience the best and unequaled ride and control that Ram has to offer during the Big Finish event. Deals in December? See them at Johnson's of Kingfisher, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. A dealership you'll find only in a place like Kingfisher. Same name,
same family,
since 1927.
Myers Real Property offers an array of services to our great customers throughout central Oklahoma. Fill up with fuel or diesel, grab a snack, and choose from our wide selection of drinks at our 4 convenience store locations: Jacket Express in Kingfisher, Warrior Express in Okarche, Whippet Express in O'Keene, and Tiger Stop in Tuttle. We also feature Cowboy Express Fuel in Kingfisher and Tuttle, as we provide fuel handling services for farmers, oil field sites, convenience stores, and more. Don't forget about One Day Cleaners in Kingfisher, where we not only offer laundry and dry cleaning for clothing and household items, but we can handle alterations needs as well. That's Myers Real Property, a proud supporter of high school athletics in your hometown.
Cashion will line up with full court pressure out of the timeout. The lead is down to 7 thanks to 4 straight. Hooker nearly turned it over. They're going to call a loose ball foul. And the foul is against Tilly Beddick, and that's going to be her 4th.
That was a silly foul by Beddick, too. I mean, Beddick's got to be smarter than that also.
Both teams now into the 1-1, as that's the 6th foul against Cashion in the second half. Hooker has 7 up on the board with 3:42 to play. Again, their leading scorer, Holly Stalder, out of the game with 21 points. Left with her team leading by 11. Cervantes hands it off to Ortiz out front. Right side for Maloney. Morgan.
She almost traveled with it.
Yes, she did. Reverses to Ortiz. Hooker right now can afford to milk down the clock with 3:19 to play in the championship game. Cervantes right side. Dribbles through a double teeter, gets right to the paint and lays it in. Holy cow, what a great job by Janet Cervantes.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do if you're Cashion. Somebody has to slide over and help, even if they're trapping.
Lead back to 9 with 3 minutes to play in the final. Jenkins with it left side on a skip pass. Veers middle of the floor, reverses right side. Lamb inside the arc, puts up a long 2, no. Off the iron, Swayze with a rebound and a foul. And that's against Brooke Shelley, and that is her first. That is not a good foul at all. It's about 85, 90 feet away from the basket, and as a result, Shelley's first is going to send Hooker to the foul line for a 1-1. Maddie Swayze will be at the stripe. Swayze missed her first free throw attempt tonight, has made her last 3. And all of that came in the first half. Swayze has been in and out of the one up here since halftime and has yet to score since intermission. First foul shot is up, and she missed it, so she won't get the back end. Shelley with a rebound. Cashion dodged the bullet right there, down by 9.
Almost
Tilly
traveled.
Beddick almost traveled to the high post, kicks it out left corner. The 3 no good by Lauren Lamb. And Ugardi runs down the rebound. She'll leave it in the backcourt for Morgan Maloney. Maloney's trap pivots, now beats the pressure. Gets it to Cervantes.
Smart.
Very smart by Hooker as they'll pull it out.
Oh, boy, don't shoot that.
Ugardi for 3, no for the left quarter. Ugardi then ties up the rebound, corralled by Lauren Jenkins. That will be a Cashion turnover because Hooker has the arrow.
I just sometimes wonder, what's the thought process up 9 with 2 minutes to go, firing a 3 up?
43-34, you're right. And she, you know what, give her credit. Her second effort and hustle got them
no
the
doubt.
possession back. But yeah, that's not a good shot.
I think she knew she was going to be in trouble.
Maloney out front to Cervantes. Back to Morgan. 2:15 to go with the championship game. Hooker trying to remain perfect. They trap right side, and Cervantes had the pass knocked back into her face out of bounds into the Lady Bulldog bench.
You like what you see from Stalder on the bench, the player Stalder, not the dad, coaching her teammates up, and that's good. You don't see that a lot.
You're right, because a lot of players would go to the bench and pout.
Yep,
yeah,
no doubt.
She did not. Maloney with it right front court. Cross courts it between the rings for Ortiz. We're at 2:04 to play in the girls' championship game. Ortiz dribbling around out front. Hooker doing a good job milking this clock. We're now under 2 minutes to play. Morgan Maloney from left to right into the front court. Cervantes pops out, gets it back to Maloney. Right side to Janet.
Good look.
Cross courts it. Ugardi wide open, and she lays it in.
Good look.
Allison Ugardi gets her first basket. It's a fine time to do it. The lead back to 11 with 1:38 to play. Left side, Tilly Beddick puts it on the floor, fires it up. Foul on the floor. And so it'll be a 1-1 as the basket will be negated by the whistle. Ugarte with the foul. That's her first. Well, let's say this for Hooker. With just over 4 minutes to play in the ballgame, they led 41-30. When Stalder went out of the game, Cashion got it down to 7. Hooker scored the last 4 before that make at the free throw line. First one is good.
Big answer by Hooker. Hooker's done a good job on the other end of the floor, too, taking some air out of this game and shortening things up.
Second foul shot by Neely Tilly Beddick is on the way, and it crawls across the rim. It's a couple of big ones right there for Cashion. 45-36, and Maloney loses the handle near midcourt. She lost in the backcourt, so Cashion will get a gift as they will inbound to the offensive end.
There she is, Lauren Lamb again. She's a competitor. She plays really hard.
1:34 to play, 45-36. Been a very entertaining second half. Tilly Beddick pulls up underneath the foul line. Left-handed jump shot, a little too strong. And the rebound pulled off the front rim by Swayze, who had her cross-court pass knocked out of bounds. Ella Sunken back into the ballgame. Sunken will front the entry pass. It is coming from Alondra Ortiz. That's Cervantes to Ortiz, who fumbled it, saves it back, gets it to Cervantes, who lobs it up ahead right side to Ugardi. Ugardi trying to dribble away from a double team. Cashion's going to have to start thinking about fouling. They nearly force a turnover. Cervantes gets it back middle of the floor. 1:09 to play, and there's the foul. And that will force Ortiz to earn them at the line. It'll be a 1-1.
You know, Ortiz is a kid that the first 2 games of this tournament was big from outside. I believe she hit 3 threes in their first game. I know she hit 2 or 3 in their last game. And, you know, she hasn't shot the ball well from outside. She hasn't scored a point yet, but she's been big, played big minutes.
I'm going to tell you this. This is good for Hooker because they're having to find a way to win against a quality opponent, a championship.
Yep.
And they're having to do it without their best player on the floor.
No doubt. And in a situation, too, where, you know, you always want to lean on your best player, but when you have a lead and she's your ball handler, that's another part that's been impressive.
Ortiz hits the tough one, the front end, the back end, too strong. And Brooke Shelley has the miss for Cashion. 10-point game, a minute to play. Quick 3 put up out front by Jenkins. It rattles off, no good. Rebound tipped by Izzy Reeves. Gets it to Shelley, who steps through 2 defenders, missed it. Reeves stick back, it's good, and she's fouled.
Almost worked out better for Cashion in the long run.
Except that they lost a little bit more time.
Yep.
But a 3-point opportunity as Izzy Reeves gets her first basket and her 3rd point. Ugarte called for her 2nd personal, and Izzy Reeves, let's give her credit. She was working her tail off in jeopardy of picking up her 5th foul, but that didn't stop her aggressiveness.
Yeah, no doubt. She plays hard, too, down low. She's a good rebounder, and, you know, she had a good offensive game yesterday.
Reeves' foul shot is up. It rolls off, no good. Hooker with the rebound. Swayze yanked it down and then is fouled immediately with 51.5 seconds to play. Ella Sunken has picked up her 2nd personal foul. I just continue to be amazed at the rosters in this tournament with how much youth there is.
Yeah.
Most of these players, Adam, would be playing junior varsity games. They're playing at a championship game.
You know, it's wild. It's been like that for the last couple years, Todd. Everywhere we've called games. It's wild. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if the junior and senior classes lately don't like sports. If you're a girl, it's weird.
Swayze hits the first of 2 free throws now. She hits the front end of the 1-1. That's the last 1-1 of the ball game. For either side, we get a timeout on the floor. Each team with 9 fouls on the board with 51.5 seconds to play. We'll keep it here. It's a 30-second timeout. What's your thoughts coming up on the final game of the day, the boys' title tilt?
Man, I'm really looking forward to it. You know, this is kind of we assumed that it would be a Garber matchup of either a Hooker or a Cashion game, and I like this matchup physically. I think you're going to see Hooker try to be the more physical team, even against Garber. But, man, it's going to be a great game. 2 great coaches, 2 great programs. Going to be a lot of fun.
Let's give Hooker a lot of credit because they were in the football playoffs a couple of weeks ago. They since have played 4 games, including this will be their 3rd straight game here in Garber. They have a chance to win a regular season championship.
Yeah, no doubt. Give them a ton of credit. And like you said, it's a long drive, but Hooker comes over to our festival. They like coming this way to play games, and I think they just like to mix it up and not play the same teams all the time.
When you live in Northwest Oklahoma, the Panhandle, long drives are nothing. 2nd free throw is up, and that one is good. So Swayze with a good job at the line. Hit both ends of the 1-1, split between a timeout. Tilly Bennett got by with a carry, got by with a double dribble. Leaves it out front. Lamb steps in with 3. No. Rebound underneath. That's Morgan Maloney. That will just about do it. A 10-point game with 39 seconds to play. Shelley is called for number 2, and as I mentioned earlier, 2 shots now the rest of the way for the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, the one thing Cashion is going to struggle with this year is they struggle scoring at times. They go long bouts of periods of time where they can't score. Now their defense is kind of what they ride on the whole time, and they do a great job defending. It's going to keep them in most games. But they didn't shoot the ball very well today.
Maloney is clutch at the line. She hits the first of 2. A second here would give Hooker their biggest lead of 12 tonight, and it's on the way and it's good. So Maloney hits 2 clutch free throws down the stretch after missing her first 3 at the line tonight. 50-38 Hooker. They're going to move to 5-0. Between the circles with it is Telly Bennett. Pivots, leaves it for Jenkins, drives in, throws up a runner from 15, back rims it, rebound tipped, Reeves has it. Izzy falling out of bounds, trying to cross court, tipped away and out of bounds by Ortiz. It's academic at this point, 12-point game, 21 ticks remaining. Cashion will go to 4-2 on the season. Lamb at the end of the Lady Wildcat bench to inbound, and a hold called against Hooker. And that'll be 2 shots for the Lady Wildcats. I think Ugarte just picked up her third. And that is not a good foul at all, and I think Brian Stalder probably will tell her about it at the end of the night.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is stop the clock in a game like this.
Do they do MVPs yet?
I don't think they do.
A lot of tournaments have gotten away from that.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it just causes problems.
Yeah, Reddick hits the first free throw. Well, if they did, I bet Stalder would win it.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, she's been the most impressive player this whole week. And Hooker has been, like I said this before the game, they've been the most impressive girls team this week, too. I give them a lot of credit.
Tilly Reddick hits both. It's a 10-point game. Ortiz comes back for the inbounds pass, is trapped on the baseline. 15 seconds to play. Somehow bounces it to Cervantes, and a timeout called from the other end by Brian Stalder. Back in a moment, 15.5 seconds to play. Girls title game from Garber. 50-40, Hooker leads Cashion on Squirtle.
Banking is as easy as ACB. At ACB Bank, you get a local community bank with all the conveniences of a big bank. With friendly staff and local service, they make your banking experience simple. They offer online bill pay, mobile banking, and now mobile deposit. You can download the ACB Bank app in the App Store or Google Play. Drop by your local branch today in Cherokee, Wacomas, and Garber, or visit them online at acbbank.net. ACB Bank. Modern banking, traditional values.
Todd Miller, Adam Dieselhorst back with you for the final seconds of this girls' title game. 50-40 is our score. 15.5 seconds to play. Hooker will inbound, and bumped was Maloney, who lost the handle. Cashion picks it up and throws it in with Tilly Beddick, who had the steal. 5 seconds to play. Into the front court, Cervantes, and a foul against Tilly Beddick. That's her 5th.
I mean, that was a silly foul.
So Tilly Beddick fouls out with 13 points. The one thing you can say is that she's playing to the final buzzer.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And I also think, too, if I'm an official there, I probably do not call that foul.
50-42. This game has been as much as a 12-point advantage for the Lady Bulldogs in the second half after they led by 3 at halftime, on multiple occasions by 4 in the first half. Cervantes at the line for the first time. This is long in the first throw. Cervantes' second free throw, clean as you please, 51-42. Cashion will inbound. 5 seconds to go. They'll throw it up from half court. It's well short from Lauren Jenkins, and Hooker comes all the way for the Oklahoma Panhandle and defeats Cashion for the championship of the Next Era Energy Resources Garber Invitational Tournament. 51-42 is our final. We'll be back to wrap this one up in a moment. Our broadcast presented by High Plains Insurance on Squirtle.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
You want commitment from your bank, you want excellent service, and you want loyalty. Bank Central National Association strives every day to give you the banking experience you really want and enjoy. Their friendly staff is here to serve you and provide you with the best service around. Call them today at 580-234-3316 or visit them in Enid, Alva, Woodward, Anthony, Kansas, or Harper, Kansas. Thank you for choosing Bank Central National Association. Member FDIC.
Back here as we wrap up the girls' championship game. Congratulations to Brian Stalder, the Hooker Lady Bulldogs, 51-42 winners over Cashion of the girls' tilt. Holly Stalder fouled out with 21 points. Neely Tilly Beddick fouled out late. She finished with 13 for the Lady Cats. Just too many struggles in the second half offensively for Cashion, but you credit a lot of that to the defensive effort of Hooker.
Yeah, I mean, I thought both teams defended well the entire game. I just think that Cashion struggles to score at times and spells, and they don't have a player like Hooker does that they can go to get shots, at any time. And I think that was really just the big difference between the two teams. Both teams, I give them credit, shot the ball well or played defense well. Both teams did not shoot the ball well. I didn't think Cashion shot the ball well the whole game.
51-42. Hooker now 5-0. Cashion with a loss falls to 4-2. Hooker, your 2020 Next Era Energy Resources Garber Invitational Basketball Tournament champions. We'll be back in about 8 minutes or so and get you ready for the boys' title tilt. It's Hooker coming up against the host school, the Garber Wolverines. This is the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.